technical stuff, There we go. And we are live. It looks like over there. We are good to go. Awesome.
You want to say a few words and
so thank you everyone for joining our weekly Coherence Meditation. So we hold these every Tuesday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Our main channel is on YouTube as Cosmic Gaia Community. And everybody that wants to join, we do restream out to our social platforms, YouTube, Facebook, and the like. And our main live platform is Zoom. And everybody can find the link to join our live Zoom session on freedomsnap.org/Seth, which also has a link there that you can add it to your calendar, and you'll be notified automatically on your device every single time, every single week on Tuesday when we go live. So the topic for today is week number 3 of abundance. And the first week we did a abundance on health. The second week, abundance on wealth. And this week, I'll leave Seth kind of go into the details on that, and I'll pass it off to you, Seth.
Thank you.
Thank you
for appreciate that. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Hello, everybody. So good to see you here. We are getting there bit by bit. We are totally coming together and figuring out how we can be the best version of ourselves in harmony with infinity and still exist in this world at the same time. Before we jump in, I just want to, because we're going to try something different. We wanted to maybe have a little bit of discussion before we go into the meditation, because after the meditation, it's hard sometimes to come out of that and then talk, with a language that isn't ours, really. The time calendar that isn't ours. We have something that it's priceless. It's truly priceless. And it's not what we think it is. So I know it's kind of vague, but does anybody have anything they want to share or talk or ask or anything at all? Because what we'll do tonight is we'll do the meditation, and then when it's over, we'll just end it, because enough people wanted to just be at peace after it happens. So, and if no one has anything they want to share, I would ask that you get water, drinking water, like whatever you have, and have it near you while we do this work. Christy's got her hand up.
I just wanted to thank you for inviting me. Sorry if the fan's a little loud behind me. It's hot in here. And there's this other amazing event going on right now. If any of you are interested, it's called the Women's Empowerment Summit. And I'm taking a break from that to do this. It's actually like a Tony Robbins event, which is not usually my jam, but it's a lot of amazing female speakers. And even if you're a male, you can go to it. And if you sign up for free, they give you 48 hours access to all the videos. And I'm in the midst of watching them, but I just woke up from a nap because I'm pregnant and I'm a little tired. So me and the baby will be joining the meditation this evening.
Aww, that's beautiful. Let me ask you, what do you know the women that are speaking at, or do you know of them, or?
Yeah, well, one example that a lot of people, sorry, I can't figure out how this camera thing's working. Okay. Is Lisa Nichols. She's this amazing African-American, really empowering speaker. But there's I don't know, there's hosts of the one that, let me see, I wrote it down. The one that they just had, the first one that I just watched, her name, which I should be familiar with because I guess she's pretty popular, is Jamie Kern Lima. She wrote a book called Believe It and Worthy, and she sold this IT cosmetics company to L'Oreal for $1.2 billion that she made out of her living room. And she's this amazing woman that I've never heard of, but apparently she's pretty popular. And they have some psychologists, a lot of stuff on, I don't know, just all kinds of different stuff. So if you're interested in it, just shoot it in the chat, and I'll try to, if I can figure out, because technology and I are still becoming friends, how to get you guys the link. And if you sign up for free, you get 48 hours access. And if you want the VIP access, they give you lifetime access to the videos. I'm just doing the free one, but just if anyone else is interested.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, it's interesting you say that, because I mean, everybody like who comes to this, we pretty much know that we've been in a patriarchy, right? Men have been the ones that have steered the ship without really any influence by the feminine, right? And it's not just men, it's this like half-bred type of mentality of what we think it means to be a man, right? And so
I just did
No,
did
go
an
ahead.
amazing workshop with this woman named Robin. She dismantles patriarchy, and I just did an anger management workshop with her for females to empower themselves to embrace their anger and deal with it, because we're not socialized to experience anger. We're socialized to be sad, and then men are socialized to not feel emotions at all. So they're angry because they just don't even know what to do with any of their emotions, and they're just supposed to be brave and not cry and all that jazz. And it totally talks about patriarchy and the legal system, and how even the police are very patriarchal. And I just spent a night in jail the other night, and I learned that the hard way. And that's a long story. I'm not going to get into that, but that was interesting.
Yeah.
I knocked that one off the bucket list. I was like, well, I guess we'll knock that one off the bucket list. That's a long story I'm not going to get into.
Yeah, that's awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you for your vulnerability and your willingness to share that, you know? So wait, Scott says family law is matriarchal. If you want to share any more of that, it would be interesting, Scott. But yeah, for the most part, these systems in place, no matter who created them or is leading them or continuing, it's obviously imbalance, right? We're told that to be a man is to be, like you said, those qualities of angry, of like, oh, not feeling my feelings and blame everybody and everything for my own state of awareness. No, we all have a mixture of everything. And the deeper we go into consciousness, we see that those polarities can be balanced and they can be harmonized in us, with us, and in the world. And then gender isn't really anything we focus on. You know, when you have that internal balance, you're creating a relationship, the most important relationship there is. That's what I would say, and I'm sure others would too. And that relationship, oh my God, I mean, no matter how far somebody goes in their own practice, there's still the entire collective aspect of all of it. Meaning we have to come back into this world as these people that we think we are, with this identity, and we live. We're just interacting in it, and there's a lot of inner work that needs to be done in the collective, right? So one person does a whole bunch of internal work, and then the collective still needs it. And I've seen a lot of people, they do the work, they do the inner work, they totally get far, and then we all come together and we're like, what do we do now? And it's like, that's what we're trying to do here, is that 100th monkey effect of, you know, morphogenetic fields from Rupert Sheldrake, where everybody and everything is part of a single dynamic bioelectric field, the quantum field, God, like whatever name people can give to that which is predominantly everything, even here in this planet, in these bodies, but that we keep forgetting, like collective amnesia. We keep so bit by bit we're remembering, and the more we remember together, the more we bring that entire collective aspect of all of us that we all are part of, and we're bringing that balance into it. And I have no idea what I'm saying, just words coming up. So if anybody has anything they want to share with that, please do.
I was just going to say, my heart-based meditation teacher says that the reason we forget our spiritual nature and we think we're human beings having a spiritual experience instead of spiritual beings having a human experience is the joy of finding ourselves again. And the analogy he uses is playing hide and seek when you're a kid, and that joy you get when like somebody finds you, you know, like it's like, but you're like finding yourself. So that was like the analogy he used, and I thought that was kind of neat. So
thank you again. So if nobody has anything they want to share and we're going to get right into the meditation, then so be it. And yeah, make sure you have water. Let's just take a minute or two to make sure that everybody has drinking water near them that you're going to drink when we finish this, or even while we're doing it. It's funny, Scott said, yeah, let's leave gender divisiveness out of here. Probably better left said, right? Unsaid for now. All right, perfect. Yes, Christy, water sacks. We are. I mean, we are. Somebody who's really well hydrated is like 60 to 70% water. Our brain is 90% water. Our blood is 90% water. And if we're really well hydrated, all of our cells are made up or composed of water. So important. And the more we get into coherence, when we calm ourselves down and we become aware of the harmony that can exist in our body that we create by intentionally relaxing and choosing to feel gratitude or create a habit out of feeling gratitude, no matter what happens. You know, like when people go through really difficult things, to be able to hold the energy or the space of gratitude within oneself while whatever external thing appears to be happening, we become empowered to a degree that it just keeps coming back to like, okay, well, I would rather habituate being in a state of gratitude, of feeling gratitude and being appreciative for life that we're even here, because it is so precious, you know? All right, so if everybody has your water.
He said, everybody grab water. Here's the meditation for you, Garrett. The first one. You're going to love it. This is Seth.
All right. So wherever you are, you can lie down, you can sit down, you can stand up if you want, but that's kind of a different story. Something we'll do later. Wherever you are, whatever furniture or floor or pillow that is supporting you right now, just kind of let yourself be aware that that surface is your best friend, one of your best friends throughout this process. It can be challenging to trust sometimes, but we can trust whatever it is that we're on, even if it's just for this time. And then as you're seated or laying down, wherever you are, just start slowing your breathing. Gentle, rhythmic breathing through your nose is best. We want to get in a pattern, self-induced pattern of breathing rhythmically, gently. Some people like to count to get their breathing, like 4 seconds on the inhale, 4 seconds on the exhale. And really just finding that spot where we're breathing rhythmically so that we don't have to keep focusing on it. Just let it be what it is. And once we're breathing, relax. Just completely relax. Let your water-filled body just completely relax. Because the water in your body, around your body, it's going to start becoming a lot more structured. And one of the reasons why it becomes structured is because you're upping the amplitude of frequency of energy generation inside of you to be able to rise above the limits of our own self-conditioned self. The conditioned self that believes it is a name, that believes that this language is who we are. The one that believes if we don't do what the world says, then we're not being a good citizen. All the little stories that we tell ourselves, we end up boxing ourselves in and literally creating a prison. By coming to the edge of yourself, of who you are, of who you think you are. It's coming to that edge by getting in tune with the essence, the core, the soul of your being. And you let those little limits that you've put in there and that you have created as a result of going through your life in this world. You're going to relax into those limits. And you're going to relax so deep that the feeling of relaxation that you have is going to make it so that the tension, the tight spots, the pain, you're going to relax so much and create a habit out of relaxing so much that all those things that hold you back are going to start having a lot less pull. So as you're breathing, start from the top of your head and just very slowly scan your attention down to the bottom of your body, starting with your head. And as you're scanning, just let yourself be aware of any points in you that are kind of bothering to you or speaking to you. Whatever it is that you feel, you have the ability to relax greater than the effects of what's bothering you. And as you scan your body, and you're breathing, put on just a little smile. Smile from your heart. Let that smile, whatever it means to you, however it makes you feel, let that be the energy that you use to help empower yourself and reclaim these profound, potentially infinite states of being that we all already are. If human consciousness could ever be crystallized, it already is. And the more we do this work and expand our field, our state of awareness, at some point, we are able to feel our energy field. And all of these different points and degrees and living geometric fields that have always been there. It's just that nobody ever taught us how to be aware of that, how to live your life in harmony with all this. And because at some point, if you keep doing this work, you're going to have epiphanies, breakthroughs, sometimes all of it at the same time. And you will learn where you begin and anything you want to get over. And super consciousness or total conscious awareness of these unbelievably powerful living geometric fields that we all are and that we will always be. And now we're in a state of remembrance. We remember that there is something profound that is animating us. That is the pulse of life. And our relationship to it is ours alone. We have the ability to be so harmonized to this field of energy that we are. That the intention to just continuously harmonize yourself with it begins to set yourself free. And that little smile you put on your face that reminds you you have the ability to create elevated states of being that are way more powerful than the limited states of being, of survival, of thinking that time is not on our side. All these different preconceived belief systems, almost all of them that aren't really what we are, just little passing fads of who we think we are. Just keep breathing. Always relaxing deeper and deeper. And if you focus on one part of your body where there's pain or resistance, let yourself be aware of that feeling. It's always trying to communicate something to us. And we are just sharpening our ability to perceive it. We are flexing our perceptual muscles so that we can begin to perceive more of what has always been there. To be able to sense so deep beyond all the realms and boundaries of what we think we are. To just let all of that be what it is. even if it's just for a little while. Our thoughts, our beliefs, all the things that we depend on, and that our entire sense of self is formed by. There's nothing wrong with it at all. It is our teacher. When we get really good at paying attention to what our body is communicating to us, the more empowered we become. And the more empowered that we become, the better we get at being in this world. The more we begin to have faith that all of our needs will be taken care of. To truly be able to trust the pulse of life so much that you begin to let everything that's happening in the world just be exactly what it is. And to trust your own ability to know your body, to know this energy that causes everything to exist. You allow yourself to start creating connection with what is already there, so that these perceptual muscles start to become developed. They move away from atrophy, and they start being pulsed with this bioelectromagnetic field that everybody is. The more aware you become of this, the more you realize that nothing at all can ever keep you disconnected from yourself, from the source of love, of energy, of frequency that is life, and that we all are and will always be. To trust life so much that you're beginning to feel grateful, you feel gratitude. The kind of gratitude that when you practice it, when you create a habit out of it, all of your hang-ups start to go away. All of the things that are irritating or that we think holds us back, the less of a grasp of all our limitations of the past, the less it controls us. The more we allow the bulk of what we are, some kind of frequency. It's a miraculous frequency. It is something that came from nothing. And just by being something coming from nothing implies polarity or duality. And it's with these different forces that the world evolves, that we evolve. These polarities can be so strong that if we're not balanced, we get knocked off balance. But even if we get knocked off, we have this beautiful ability to be able to get back up, create an alert state of total relaxation, meaning you are totally relaxed, first and foremost. And when you get really good at being relaxed, you can then intentionally start to be more aware and more alert with your consciousness so that it's totally supported in the calm, relaxed state that your body is in. The states of awareness between total relaxation or even sleep, when you can intentionally get into a state of being that allows your body to go to sleep because it's so relaxed, and yet you're able to keep your mind awake at the same time. The work of lifetimes can happen within moments. And these types of experiences are beginning to happen to so many now more than ever. So many individuals are becoming conscious of this state, of this field. And every time we become conscious of it, we let this source that we are, we let it know. We let it know that we're here to pay attention. And then attention starts to pay us. This energy that you are recognizes that you are intentionally choosing to create a deeper relationship with it. And that is something that if you start to do, in many ways, you're going against the flow of where the collective conscious mind is. And the more you choose to be in this flow, even if it seems like the odds are stacked against us, the more we stay in this, the more we just become indifferent to all the things that used to bother us, to all the things that do bother us. Put a little smile on your face. And whatever the feeling that comes out of you smiling, feel the feeling of it in you, in your body, around you. If your smile makes you feel happy or joy, feel that in your body. Remind yourself that you're going to create a habit, a pattern of intentionally feeling with all the different virtues and abilities that we have. Higher level cognitive functioning. The ability to represent our species with complete integrity, with intentional willingness, and with a commitment to keep creating these habits until they become second nature, and then first nature, As you're smiling, just relax even deeper. Almost like you're going to sleep. And let yourself begin to go to sleep. But set that reminder to be conscious. Keep your awareness open. And let everything that seems physical start to just slow down. There's anything in your awareness that's causing any kind of visual stimuli, or if you see colors or feel energies or see different designs, let yourself just be aware of that. Just like there are waves in an ocean, so too are there waves of how we begin to connect all these layers of self consciously together until we start to become like the ocean. Nothing can move us when we are that. We are a sea of infinity. This physical world, this world of duality, of matter, it's just a training ground, offering us the opportunity to grow, to self-reflect, and to self-develop to the degree that something way greater starts to support our efforts. When we truly want to know what it is that we actually are, and we prioritize that willingness to know above most everything in our life, the more that great relationship, a sea, an ocean of stars, lit up by all different types of frequencies, just like lightning in a storm, so too is everything in and around us. When we think, when we feel, when we act, when we behave, our body is creating unprecedented frequencies that pulse all through us, even more intense and faster than lightning. To know how much you create just from simple states of being, to know that you're creating so much to happen in and around you, to the degree that your nervous system starts to recognize that you are working with it. Your body knows when you are calming down, and you're trusting. Just like anything else in our lives, these states of being are a habit that you can develop, a skill that is truly priceless. Take your awareness Just focus in the middle of your chest. Right in the middle of your chest, or your heart, your lungs, your trachea, where all of that is. Just allow yourself to keep your attention there for a moment. And let yourself feel your heart. Feel every time it flexes. And let yourself feel the pulse of your heart in this entire area. And remember that you have the ability to feel this pulse at any place or in any point in your body and around it. And that the practice, the skill of intentionally feeling your pulse in your body, where there's pain, resistance, the more you're able to feel the pulse from your heart in any point of your body, these points don't stay in resistance for very long, because just the beat of our heart, it's happening at frequencies that are so powerful. And when we're so calm, and we get so good at feeling this pulse all through our being, the more we do that, the less anything gets in our way. And when you get to a point where you can feel your pulse everywhere in your body at the same time and everywhere around it, that's when quantum leaps in your own awareness start to happen exponentially. You feel these waves of consciousness, of energy. You feel them pulsing through you, and you know that's what you really are. And you begin to know that because the more you interact with it, the more you start remembering that none of this is new. We have all been doing this for longer than we could ever imagine. The difference is now we're beginning to remember that. And these self-induced states of being at peace, we realize that it's the greatest thing we can bring with us. Just as we can feel our pulse in and around our body, the more we start realizing that we can feel it outside of us. We can feel our very pulse in a tree, in a group of people. You can literally feel your heart pulsing in that group. Feeling the sun and feeling your pulse with it. And doing it with total trust. doing it so that you totally know you have the ability to create that kind of relationship with life and with everything that is life. You have the ability to be completely in coherence with life, with all of it. Totally relaxed. Little smile on your face. And the knowing that you have the ability to feel this pulse in everything. You feel it all through your body. And when you're ready, you have the ability to send that frequency, the feeling of your heart beating in an idea, in a vision, in a relationship, whatever it is, you are beginning to remember that you have the ability to feel that connection with everything. And if you're focused on abundance, whatever type of abundance you want in your life, or that you would like to try to work with, allow yourself to just be aware of an area of your life that you feel abundance would be quite useful and helpful and support you in this journey of remembrance. And whatever it is, whether it's health, whether it's money, whether it's friendship, relationship, whatever part of life that you want to create more abundance of in your life, let yourself have that vision. And in that vision of the type of abundance you want in your life, let yourself feel your pulse in that image, that idea, that intuitive hunch. Whatever it is that you want to create more abundance of in your life, you can absolutely do that. And when you choose to put your attention into the pulse you feel in the abundance that you're wanting and knowing you have the ability to attract, the more you empower that entire notion, the experiential reality of feeling so taken care of. You trust life so much that you know it is always going to work in a way that supports your growth. And humbly, you begin to feel gratitude for it. And that state of humble gratitude is endlessly powerful. Breathing, relaxing deeper, smiling a little bit more. This is the habit These are the habits that are in you, that you are creating right now. We're creating it right now in ourselves, with others, because the more we create conscious connection to everybody and everything, and the more that individuals are willing to get into deeper states of coherence, of endless connection, the more we remind each other of what's possible. This time that we're spending is completely about you. All my voice is doing is just leading you back to yourself, to what you really are. You're breathing gently. You're smiling. You are totally relaxed. From that place, revisit the idea or the feeling or the substance that you want to experience more abundance with. Focus on it again and totally relax into it, whatever that means to you. Just like our attention on any resistance or pain can cause that to totally disappear if we can relax deeper than our pain or our fear or our resistance. We're creating a habit of applying the energies that are already there and that have always been there, that are way more powerful than the things that we appear to be happening. We literally create states of being that will allow us to let all the hang-ups, all the things we think matter. It's a way to be aware and feel all those things so that you know they are steps along the path. They are little points of remembrance that we can access now. And that is something to be grateful for. And that little smile is you saying to yourself, I have the ability to turn on love, to turn on gratitude. With the flick of a switch, you can literally take yourself from whatever state you're normally in to one of trusting the pulse of life. And that pulse of life is happening whether we remember or not. And the more we create a marriage between what we are and what we have the ability to generate in our lives, the more we flip that switch on, it's a skill. And it's one we can get really, really good at really quickly, now more than ever. The speed of becoming conscious of consciousness to the degree that your entire past doesn't even have any hold on you. We're being supported right now so that more and more individuals can begin to remember this power, this nurturing life force that is already there. But when we take our remembrance, our human awareness, and we focus on whatever it is that we know we're possible of creating, the more that which we focus on starts to become a reality for us now and into the future. While you're totally relaxed, just let yourself become a little bit more alert. You're still breathing, relaxing, little smile, and let the feeling of that smile be right in the water that you have with you. Literally feel your smile in a cup of water, in a bottle, in a glass. You can feel that feeling in it. And you can feel your pulse in that water. And once that begins to happen regularly, then you just want to keep doing it because you're making that connection. It's already there. You're just able to focus your awareness on it with greater amplitude. And when this profound innate intelligence of your being starts to become influenced by the intelligence you have in your normal waking states of consciousness, the more your consciousness becomes amplified by the consciousness that it already is. Whatever the abundance that you focused on feeling is, whatever it means to you, focus that feeling, that image in the water. You already can feel your pulse in it. You can feel that smile from your heart in the water. From there, you feel, see, hear, are aware of that abundance that you know you're capable of generating. You're feeling all of it in that water. You're creating sympathetic resonance, meaning that you are attuning yourself to be conscious of the higher frequencies of life. And the more you create that coherent state of being, the more you entrain anything with water in it. You entrain that frequency of your being so much that you're affecting everything. This infinite source of intelligence starts to entrain your environment, to structure it so that it wholly supports your willingness to grow. And just like water erodes mountains, you are intentionally going forward knowing that your willingness to be conscious of all of this is creating a similar effect. No matter what mountain, no matter what obstacle is in your way, by continuing to train yourself to get into these states of relaxed calm, the less power those things hold over you. And the more powerful you become because you recognize it's teaching you something. We are not victims. Nobody is coming to save us until we begin to start saving ourselves. While you're completely relaxed, smiling, breathing, feeling your pulse in and around you everywhere, in the water. Let yourself become a little bit more alert. And if you're able to grab whatever it is you have water in, do that. Grab it and take just a little sip. Continue to take sips off of it. Whatever your abundant focus is, it's in that water. It's in the water that are your cells. It's at the forefront of your awareness. And on many levels, you are really excited to work with this. You feel optimistic and enthusiastic that you're able to do this type of work. We're going to phase out of this, and I'm going to ask everybody to do this as long as you want. You don't have to. But if you decide not to stay in a state like this, set an internal reminder, reminding you that you can tune into this at the flick of a switch. And keep doing it until this becomes the new norm. We're going to hang up now, and you can too, and take this with you. If anybody wants to share stuff in the comments, whatever, feel free to do that. And we'll do more conversational type meetings. We want to address everything to the best that we can. Right. I love you all. Thank you for showing up.